Good morning, my lovers. I just did a recording and I spilled coffee all over the cards, all over myself. I have a recording of it as well, so don't you love having to do an extra load of laundry at 4:30 in the morning? Super fun. Anyway, what up, everybody? Happy to be here with you. Genuine. That's real. I am happy to be here with you. I have been doing these daily readings for many years now. I love it as part of my own little morning routine and just as a way to connect with all you guys and to keep showing up. That sense of regularity and consistency is quite a big thing. Why? Like, come on. Shazam. Ugh. That's really, that's a very clear message, actually, I gotta say. For those of you who have been going through a divorce, this looks like final call. The final ending, the final sign on the paper kind of thing. That's over. Oh, so we're into it. I'm an intuitive reader, my lovers. You're welcome to book private readings. I do offer private readings. I work with people, mainly yoga and meditation and breath work, one-to-one online, and I also do a therapy called EFT. Again, you're welcome to check out the services at altolove.com. And otherwise, it's just nice to be here with you guys. Let's continue to get a few more card pulls for this day. It's Feb 29th. Divine guidance and loving clarity is my intention with tarot. Divine guidance and loving clarity. And again, I'm an intuitive. I'm not necessarily interpreting the cards in a traditional sense, and I'm not laying them in traditional sense. My own intuition is working with the interpretation of the cards. So this is just a really kind of done situation. It's like you're not fighting anymore. You're not battling for your position. You're just like, let's get this done and over with now. Sadly to say, sadly, these words, for some of us, these things aren't sad, particularly. Pardon me. That would be my own personal input about like seeing families fall apart, essentially. Because the 10 of Cups, it's in the reverse, my lovers. It's in the reverse, and that's next to the 10 of Swords. That's what's giving me the big, clear indication that what once was maybe a happy, thriving, joyful, frolicking family in a field is now not that. That has been thrown down the poo-poo drain, and now we have a 10 of Swords. We have final closures, endings. We're done. And I really get a feeling of somebody signing papers, right? Somebody signing on the dotted line. We're done here. Thanks very much for coming out. And that whoever I'm reading for in this regard, you've been over it for a while. It's almost like, say this is like a marital situation where it was just a lot of fighting and bickering or whatever. In a sense, you could say when there's still an emotional charge, there's still attachment, there's still juice, like I'm still fighting for the situation. Once we're not engaged at all, it's I would say it's truly over. You're like, I can't even be bothered to lift a finger. I can't be bothered to even defend my position because I'm so completely over with this. Because with all of the 10 culmination energy, I'm like, this is significant for a lot of you. This is a big deal. This is, what am I hearing? The end of an era, the end of a saga. Tens are huge culmination cycles of our life. And now you've got double 10. So I'm thinking like, this is just a major cycle of healing. And this is what I mean, like 4 of Wands here. I'm like, this is what I mean about how we can be in the shits and we can be in what might appear like a troublesome situation. But actually, by the time that signature is complete, it's actually a time of celebration. You know, it's actually a time of congratulations, you got through all that, you know. I dare say for some of you, there's still some healing here. There's still some significant healing. I think before you're going to have any kind of celebration, what's that Knight of Cups doing there? There's a Knight of Cups in the reverse right in between the healing and the celebration card. I'm kind of curious who is that? Some of the messages I'm getting for some of you would be like being mindful of escapist tendencies for some reason I'm hearing. Yeah, I'm hearing that. I'm hearing that the escapist tendencies, that's like overdoing it, over partying, over drinking to the point of like blackout drunk and escaping ourselves, right? Escaping our reality. And I gotta say, the Three of Cups, these chicas in this Three of Cups, they look mischievous, I'm not gonna lie. They do. These are the people that you can go out with and have a great time with, but like that movie, The Hangover, one drink can turn into 25 and you can end up in a bit of a stink, you know? So I would just be mindful, because the Knight of Cups reverse is giving me a signal of like just the likelihood, or not the likelihood, but the potential to overdo it is there. That's what that feels like to me. It's like you did it, Josie. You you finalized your divorce, you know what, and you're finally on decent terms with the ex, you know, like all of this tumultuous cyclical intensity is finally wrapping up. You know, you get the signature, you can finally shake hands and be like, thank you for coming out. We tried to do a marriage, it didn't work, but cheers. And then, you know, friends are like, shall we have a celebratory drink? You know, like, do you want to go there? And for some of you, that Knight of Wands, or pardon me, the Knight of Cups reverse, I'm just feeling like is the potential to overdo it on the party front is there for some of you. I mean, I don't get a sense that there's any terrible consequences. I don't think there's any terrible consequences from going out on the piss, particularly. I'm just interpreting these cards. And that if some of you are at a point in your life, or at an age, or whatever, where you know for a fact that drinking too much knocks the wind out of your socks, or just simply really is not going to make you feel good, beware. It's like that energy of, who can say, if I'm honest, I don't drink alcohol, and I haven't drunk. I haven't drank alcohol for well over 10 years, and I'm so happy to it's not a part of my life, you could say, right? And I genuine have no ish. People can drink in front of me, and friends, what have you, like, people drink and it's totally cool. It's not like I try not to, I genuinely don't want to. But I explain this to people. Part of the reason I knew alcohol wasn't going to be my thing was that I could see that it didn't like sit with me the way like other people could go and have a good time. Oh god, I cannot talk. Some days would be like a couple drinks, woo, frolic, fun, jolly fun. But too often I'd have the same drink or two and then be blackout drunk. Or worse, like really dangerous situations. So I just was like, okay. It's like, everybody have a good drink. This is so fun. It was never like that for me. It was always like scary, dark, shameful, dangerous situations. And alcohol was like the common denominator. So it's like maybe, and as that was released from my field, I genuinely, like, I'm just way happier for not having to think about that. So, and I notice it around me, like more and more people talk about their sobriety, or more and more, I mean, like, okay, I work in the well-being industry, and okay, but yeah, More people, not just like talk about it, but they're open to it. And even people that are, that are happy with booze and really enjoy having a drink, etc. Even those people will talk about like dry January or like taking time off. So I think it's at least really important to normalize sobriety, like normalize not getting wasted or not getting super jazzed up on things. But who am I'm certainly nobody to judge anybody, so we've all got our shit. So pardon my French. There's another 10 of swords here, by the way. Woo. So I'm getting the message with the 7 of Pentacles and the 10 of Swords there of like sitting on things before making any sudden moves, especially if you have signed some divorce papers or signed on the dotted line with regards to a completing. There's no doubt a completion here, whether for some of you, yes, it's a marriage divorce final thing. And even as that becomes final, again, side note, some of you be mindful not to overdo it on the drinking and partying. It's going to be a bad hangover. It's as simple as that. I don't think there's anything horrible, but yeah, it could take the wind out of you kind of thing. And yeah, just be aware of those certain friends that, you overdo it with. And maybe focus on the good times or focus a little bit more on the foundation to keep you kind of safe and secure during that transition. And for some of you, I do think you're either in you might be in a very legit phase around assessing or looking at your primary relationships, the children, significant others, business partner. These are super dupes important relationships, good friends, good business partners. Maybe for some of you, I'm going to jump ahead, but maybe for some of you, you're finalizing one thing to step into another as well. Like the 4 of Wands is a honeymoon card. For some of you, in a weird change of events, in one reading, you might be getting married. You might be actually tying the knot. Which, depending on a situation, like we're all in such different situations, but this could be that, like, you've been long time separated and that the divorce papers are being signed and finalized because you're wanting to take that step in another relationship. I'm curious now. What's going on, you guys? Tell me all the jazz. All right, we're going to leave it there. If you're lucky, I'll send the blooper of me spilling my coffee all over everything this morning. But, it does happen about every 3 months. I spill my coffee and it's a big old nuisance. But otherwise, have yourself a merry little Christmas. And don't forget to subscribe to Alta Love, because let's support each other. And I like to support you in a bit of razzmatazz by showing up every day. And I like to support local businesses by, by buying things. And one day, let's stop talking. I'm going to close her down. We're going to close her down. We're going to zip it. And that is all. Peace out, my lovers.